they should just be a cherry on top of your perfect cake. You are the cake and you are perfect. Hello everybody. So a little bit of a different video I've planned for today. I've been watching a lot of people doing like girl talks and like chatty videos, and I've been really enjoying watching that, and I kind of felt like I haven't got that much wisdom, I would say, to pass on, but I've definitely got opinions, major opinions on certain topics, and I thought maybe if like, I don't know, if I enjoy doing this, maybe I can make this like a little series. I like to look back at this sort of thing when I'm in a good headspace like I am right now and think, well, it is going to get better. It does get better. You know, this is a good outlook to have on certain things, like when I feel lonely or when I feel sad, like I like this sort of thing. So I've got a few topics that I kind of want to talk about, like girl to girl, although not all of these are like girl related, like you could be anyone watching this. I just wanted to come on here and chat through a few topics that I feel quite passionate about, I have opinions on, and it's nothing too heavy, nothing too deep, and like I say, this isn't advice, this is just me giving my opinion. So there was one other thing I wanted to add. I'm gonna also like with these topics, like I have got like small stories to like go with them, just to like back up kind of why my opinion or my outlook is the way it is. But yeah, I just kind of want to do a chatty video. I've got a cup of tea, so this isn't going to be that long because I don't want to like ramble, but I just think we could have a little girl talk. The first topic is that I feel very, very strongly about this. Is having no friends better than having fake friends? And when I say fake friends, I don't mean like fake, I just mean not genuine, not people that actually care about you, not people that make you feel good, not people who, you know, don't be an asset to your life. Is having friends like that better, and would you rather have that than have no friends at all? Now, if you'd asked me this a year, 18 months ago, I would have said yes. But recently, well, I say recently, within the past like 6 months, I have ended a lot of friendships. I'm not going to be in detail about this because it's not fair on people, not that they'll ever see this, I doubt, but I had a friendship group. There was 3 of us that were like the main 3, and then there was like 2 or 3 other people that kind of joined in with us when we go out or go to parties or do certain things. But it was those main 3 that we were like that since like the beginning of school, like year 7. We were so close. We did everything together, holidays, nights out. All of us, the 3 of us didn't really have anyone else. It was just the 3 of us, and we liked it like that. Even when we were at school, like we all had people we would chat to in classes, but in terms of actually like friendship, it was the 3 of us, and we were all happy with it like that. And then when we all left school at like 18, one of them went traveling, so we were left with two of us, me and another girl, and we worked literally next door to each other as well. So obviously with one friend being away, me and that friend now working next to each other as well became inseparable. I mean, me and my sister would always hang out with her sister, and her and me and my sister, like we were so close. Our families loved each other, like my family loved her family loved me, and it was great. And I don't blame anyone, I also blame myself, but I was the one who had the power to walk away. I was the one who had the strength to walk away from this friendship. When our friend got back from travelling, she really struggled with the fact that me and our other friend had gotten so close. I just wanted to pop on here and say that this friend had never actually specifically said that she was upset that we were so close. This is just the impression that I got from the whole situation and how things then went on to go. But I didn't want to make it seem like this was fact. Like, this is just my perception and my opinion on everything that had gone down. I don't want to like put words or put things in anyone's mouths or blah blah blah, you know. And we never did anything to like phase her out, but she was in Australia and we were in the UK. You know, there was no... And from my perspective, she came back and decided she didn't like that we were this close and she needed to split us up. I don't want to be a bitch, but she decided she could have just as easily picked me and wanted to phase out our other friend from my head, but she didn't. She chose the other friend. So all of a sudden on social media, I'm seeing loads of stuff that they're doing with those other guys that joined us but I wasn't invited. I didn't even know they were doing it. And because we'd been friends for such a long time, I was very vocal. I was like, this isn't on. Like, we always do things, the three of us. Like, come on. This was going on for about a year, maybe a little bit less than a year. During this time, my friend who I got really close with, well, the one that I got really close with went off to uni, and they were like traveling down to see each other all the time, and I wasn't invited. Still to this day, I've never been to visit her at uni. So around January, I didn't see them over Christmas, I messaged saying, guys, we've been friends for like over a decade. What are we doing? What have I done? Me again, just wanted to make another point. In this message I sent in January, I took a lot of responsibility for like the reason that our friendship had kind of fizzled a little bit. Like, I admitted that like I'd met Adam and we, you know, moved in together and gotten really close, and I took a lot of responsibility, and I still agree with what I said. Like, I'm not blaming this all on them. Like, it was a three-way thing. A bit of it was my fault too, but I just wanted to add that in. And they use the excuse that I always say no. Whenever they invite me to do anything, I always say, I can't, I don't want to go. Which, I'm not going to lie, I'm a busy girl. I've also got a boyfriend and I've got a very big family. This is sometimes true. This is why I'm not blaming everything on them. You know, I make mistakes as well. But I was like, please invite me, let's go out for a drink. So we went out for a drink, we met, and they'd obviously done so much in this time that I hadn't seen them or heard from them or anything. So it's a lot of inside jokes, a lot of looks at each other, and maybe that was me looking too far into it. And I had to have the strength just to kind of walk away from that situation, because I was crying daily to Adam going, why do these girls just all of a sudden not like me? So I took the decision to walk away. I didn't like make it messy or like say anything or block them. I just stopped responding. I didn't respond to the birthday messages they sent me, which maybe you could say is my fault, but that was me walking away. I needed to. It was draining me, constantly looking on social media and seeing that I haven't been invited to something that a year, 18 months before, I would have been invited to. And like I say, I'm not blaming anyone in this situation. Things happen. People don't stay friends for years and years and years after school. I know that. But I feel like I tried, and I felt like I lost energy with it, and therefore maybe I couldn't be the friend that I, you know, should have been. So I walked away from that friendship. So going back to my statement or question, is it better to have no friends than have fake friends or whatever, and not genuine friends? I think, yeah. I have a lot of acquaintances from different jobs I've worked, from people I know through Adam, but I wouldn't say I really have one friend at the moment. And to be honest with you, as much as sometimes it can be lonely, like when Adam goes to Ireland for work and I'm like, I just want to go out for a drink with a friend. Other than those times, I don't really think... I think I'm a very independent person, which is why I'm not affected by it that much. I think if you rely on people a little bit more, which there's nothing wrong with, I think maybe you would struggle. But I had friends that didn't uplift me, that didn't involve me, that didn't make me feel good. And I feel better now having zero friends than I did having that group that made me feel like shit. I've just realised, I don't know if it's as I'm getting older, I would rather have no friends than a massive group of friends that just make you feel like shit. And I think if I can give you one bit of advice, it would be have a good look at the people around you. Are the compliments they give you backhanded? Do they put themselves, do they have to put you down to pick themselves up? I think as you get older, you can very easily see the genuine people in your life and the people who aren't genuine. And I'm yet to find like a genuine group of people. I had that and then it didn't work. And, you know, I'm not saying that it's because anything other than the fact that maybe we just grew apart. But I did have to take the step to end certain friendships. And to be honest with you, I haven't really looked back. It still upsets me when I see that they're having a great time at one of their unis, or one of them's actually back in Australia, and I wish her all the best. But if you don't make me feel good and you don't add something to my life, eventually I'm gonna give up. I'm not gonna want to be involved. I'm not gonna want to do that. I hope that story has not made me sound like the biggest bitch. I promise you there's actually more to it. This is just my opinion. That friendships used to make me feel great. We used to be the best friends. It started to make me feel like shit. So eventually I was like, no, I'm done, because I have to put myself first. And I wanted to make room in my life for genuine people, like my boyfriend, my sister. I've got a huge family, like Adam's family, and I had to get rid of some people in order to like make myself feel good again. I remember feeling like, what's wrong with me? Like, why do these people who used to love me now not even want to like be in the same room as me? So my opinion is 100% 0 friends over a group of fake friends. And I think, you know, if you reminisce with any of this and you're like, oh my god, yeah, like every time my friend goes, oh my god, your hair looks so good, mine looks like shit today, like that isn't it. That isn't the one. Do you know what I mean? We need to be going, oh my god, you look so good. Full fucking stop. The next topic that I wanted to talk about is keeping your circle small. Now, this is something that I never thought was a good thing before. When I was younger, I wanted to have a massive group of friends and this massive family where we were all so close, and a boyfriend and then his family. And as much as those things are lovely, and they still are, and I still have those things, minus the friends, I have a massive family, I have a great boyfriend, I have made my circle really small. I obviously worry about everyone in my life for different reasons, but when you start focusing in on just the people that initially surround you, for me, that is my sister, Adam, and Adam's brother. Those are my 3 people. They're the people I see the most. They're the people I do. That's my social circle as well. I only really allow myself to think deeply about those people because they're my circle. They're my initial circle. They're my favourite people. And that is, obviously I worry about my parents and I love my parents and they are in my circle, but my initial circle, like your friendship circle or whatever, I think I've always liked that. Like even when I used to have like a group of friends, there was 3 of us. I just think having genuine people and worries and stuff, it's good to just have a few of those genuine people in your life. And I'm quite passionate about, I'd rather have one good friend than like a bunch of like, but have like a massive group of like people that like, you know, you're friends, but they're not going to come home and have dinner with you and your mum. Do you know what I mean? So for me now, like just worrying and just caring and just concerning myself with those 3 people, that has made me so much lighter, so much happier, and I don't really know. I think there is some logic to it. I think I'm a worrier. I worry about everything and everyone if I let myself. But I think like forcing myself to just worry about those core 3, I think that makes everything lighter for me, because I could easily be really weighed down. And that kind of moves into my next topic, which is worrying about things you can't change or control. I have not really anymore. When I was going through puberty, like I think a lot of the world, so I'm not going to be like, oh, look at me. I suffered with anxiety really, really, really badly. And I would worry about everything. Okay, story time. When I was in year 7 or 8 at school, so I was 11 or 12, I think, they did this assembly on sexting and nudes getting leaked. And this assembly fucking terrified me. I'm not talking like worried me, I'm talking to the core shook me up. Meanwhile, by this point, I had never kissed anyone. I had never spoken to anyone, like a male, like in that sort of sense, other than like primary school relationships, which are nothing. I'd never done anything like that. I didn't even know what a nude was, so I definitely hadn't sent one. But this whole assembly was about how if a nude of yours gets out, it could ruin your life, basically. Which I'm not saying that's not a good thing to be teaching kids, because it definitely is. But the way my school went about it shook me to the core. I proceeded to not wash naked for the next like 6 months until my mum noticed and like had to sit me down and be like, what is going on? I would shower and bath in a swimming costume because I was worried someone was going to take a picture of me naked. And I know that sounds really minor, but this is the sort of things that I was worrying about. Like, things that aren't worries. These aren't like, oh, you know, my granddad's in the hospital, like, worry. No, this was like things that aren't gonna fucking happen. And I was overwhelmed with these worries. That's one example. I could probably think of a few more, but that's the first one that comes to my mind. And to be honest with you, even though I'm still a worrier now, my worries are kind of valid. They weren't. I haven't really got any advice for this because I do just think this comes with growing up. And if you're still feeling like this as an adult, you definitely should probably speak to someone because it can control your life. Like I said, for 6 months, if I hadn't had that support talk with my mum, I might still be showering in a bikini now. So mental to think about. But I kind of think this links back in with the topic I was talking about before, about keeping things in your life small, keeping the things you let yourself worry about small. Take one thing at a time. You know, if you've got a massive family, who are you closest with? They're the people that you're gonna like initially concern yourself with. Concern yourself with them, worry about them. If anyone else needs you, they know where to find you. And it might not sound the best, but that's how I work a lot of things in my mind, by just taking it really tiny, it being really small, it being, you know, something that I can get my whole head around. And that really, really helps for me personally. I also, something that I always do with this topic is just take everything one day at a time. Right, today, what am I thinking about today? What can I complete today? What can I do to make myself feel better? Don't even think about tomorrow, and don't even think about yesterday. Within reason, obviously. Like, if you're going on holiday tomorrow and you need to pack, fucking pack. But if there's nothing you can do about it, what are you worrying about? Like, I've wasted so many tears and everything worrying about things that I have no control over. I can't change. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I stopped watching the news. I now watch it again, but I remember when I was younger worrying. I can think of another thing. I remember learning in like year 3 about the fire of London and really thinking that was gonna like affect me. And I remember we had a log burner in like my childhood home, and it was the winter, and I was like, you can't light the fire, like it's gonna burn everything down. Come on, girl. I mean, obviously I was little, so I'm not gonna get over myself too much, but just take things day by day. Try to like go into your mind and be like, right, is that going to happen realistically? What are the odds? And just try and calm yourself down and be like, no, yeah, that isn't going to happen. Like, it's just not. It's so hard. Obviously, that's something that's like, you actually might need kind of like professional help over. But I think if you can just take things day by day, try to like worry about, like, if you're going to be a worrier, because I'm a worrier, just worry about your initial core of people and of things and of work. Finally, the last topic I wanted to talk about was self-care and what makes you feel good. I am an advocate for making yourself feel good, not looks, inside. I put zero pressure on myself these days. I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to look a certain way, to dress a certain way, to feel a certain way, to make other people feel a certain way. And to be honest with you, I would say over the past like year, now that I live on my own, obviously I live with Adam, but now that I live away from like my family and stuff, I've put so much time and effort into making sure I'm happy before I can try and make other people feel happy. And I am happy at the moment, and to say that is kind of crazy, because like if you'd asked me like 3 years ago, I was miserable. But yeah, self-care, like me and Adam do self-care nights a lot. Face masks, baths. Oh my god, if you're stressed, have a bath. Just lay there. I've been reading Heated Rivalry, obviously. I'm now reading, it's not Heated Rivalry anymore, it's like another one she's written. I don't know. Just make sure that you are putting yourself first. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Make sure you're putting yourself first. It is so important. This is something that I feel extremely strongly about as well. How are you gonna make the people in your life feel good if you feel like shit? How are you gonna be a good daughter? How are you gonna be a good girlfriend? If at the end of the day, you don't like what's going on in here and here and here, you gotta put yourself first. Like, I'm a firm believer in, if you are thinking about getting into a relationship, are you happy? Because if you're not, that relationship is gonna go downhill, because they're gonna have to make you feel better all the time. And you need to find that within yourself. They should just be a cherry on top of your perfect cake. You are the cake and you are perfect. They should be the cherry on top of your perfect little life that's wrapped in a bow, and then your partner or friends or whatever should just be the cherry on top. And if that is not the case, you need to take some time for yourself. I've had this, I've done this, I've lived by this. If, you know, I'm not feeling good about myself and me and I are having a conversation and I can feel myself wanting to snap or wanting to bring him down because I'm down, I will remove myself. I'll have a bath, I'll read my book, I'll do a face mask, do you know what I mean? I'll take all my makeup off, I'll wash my hair, make it smell all nice, style it, tidy your space, do you know what I mean? And then I can go back to that conversation and I can be a good girlfriend and I can be a good partner and I can apologise, hopefully, if I bitch. But I think it's really important, and I think also a big form of self-care that no one talks about is cutting people out of your life. I'm a firm believer in this. Cutting people out of your life if they don't add anything. Again, going back to the cherry on top. If they're not the cherry and they are like a warm heat on your ice cream, making it melt. I don't know what these metaphors are. I hope I make sense. You are not being kind to yourself, being in whatever that is, whatever relationship that is. And a form of self-care is definitely surrounding yourself with people who love you and people who care about you and people who uplift you. And I think if, you know, there are people in your lives not making you feel good, maybe sit them down. If you've been friends for a long time like I did, try. But at the end of the day, you know, it's your life. You need to look after number one, and number one is you. But yeah, those are my opinions on a few different things. Feel free to give me yours on these topics in the comments or whatever. As you can see, I'm quite opinionated on you being the main character. You are the main person in your life. Don't let anyone tell you different. And if anyone makes you feel like you're not, and you're a side character in your own life, fucking bin them off. That's a little bit extreme. You don't have to do that. I do now because I like to keep my circle really small and I like to not worry about things that I can't control, so I cut them out. I had the idea for this video when I was at the pub and I was hyping someone up there, and I realised how strongly I feel about certain topics, including these topics which I was talking to him about. So I hope you liked this video. If you want me to do another video like this, let me know. I actually think I just might. I don't think I'm going to give you the option. There'll be more vlogs coming. I might have to cut out certain bits of this because I feel like I've been really stinkingly opinionated, which I might get in trouble for. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day, week, everything, and I will see you in the next video. Don't know what it is, but yeah.